that good? So, we talking about daddy issues today. I really didn't have a topic. I just came up with this 5 minutes ago. I don't know how this is about to go, but we just gonna get into it real quick. Question: can a man that comes into your life help you heal from daddy issues? Can another person help you with your attachment or anxious behavior? First of all, let's just talk about what daddy issues are. Do y'all remember that song by Tierra Marie that was like, I ain't had no daddy around when I was growing up. That's why I'm wild and I don't give a The idea is that a young girl grows up and does not understand what it means to have a healthy relationship with a man or a male or whoever it is in her life. Typically, those behaviors include attachment issues, wanting to attach yourself to a man. Sometimes for other people, it's avoidance issues. You want to avoid men at all costs. It just depends on who you are at your core. When women attach themselves to men, even if they are terrible men, they're doing that because they have a fear of being abandoned, okay? So daddy issues stem from having an absent father, a father who probably was there but was absent emotionally, a plethora of things. But my question today is, can you meet a man who can heal or soothe that part of you? I am going to answer in my own opinion. And then if y'all got some responses, y'all can leave them in the comments and we could talk about it, because you can learn a lot from people just by listening to their opinion and getting their perspective. So I am going to answer absolutely yes. Okay. The problem is that we think that anybody in the world can heal our abandonment issues or fix our depression or PTSD. And it's not as simple as saying, I'm with this new person and I love them and they're going to be good for my mental health. Absolutely not. Because most of these men out here are terrible for your mental health, especially because when you have mental health issues, your judgment is a little bit compromised. So you're making bad decisions. But good men, a conscious man, an emotionally intelligent man, a mature man, a man who has his things together, an honest and loyal man can help you heal your daddy issues. Because the problem is that if you have daddy issues, your father has failed you in some way, sometimes more than one way. The first man that you should have ever loved or attached yourself to lied to you, maybe didn't show up, maybe abandoned you. From the beginning, your relationship with a male figure has been tainted. So now you're looking at other men like, okay, they will hurt me, they will lie to me, they will leave me. So you meet someone and you like them, and even though they might treat you bad, you still want to attach yourself to them because you feel like, I don't want to ever let you leave me because I know what that feels like and I hate that feeling. It messed me up for years and I'm trying to heal from that. So will you be the one to stick by my side? Like I said, when we are going through those types of things, it is because we are compromised mentally and emotionally, and we just cannot make good decisions when we are in that state. Your first experience with the man and then a new experience with the man can change that. I was reading in a book that our experiences help shape the way that we see the world. So if every time you go outside, there is a fire somewhere that needs to be put out, you're going to always look at fire as a bad thing. You're going to always see fire as something that will take your home, that will burn things down to the ground, something that ruins things, something that is just awful and bad. That will be your thought every time you saw a fire. But if someone came by and showed you that fire has helped them cook meals, that fire has helped them purify things, that fire has helped them to keep warm, that in controlled situations fire is good, then you unlock a whole new perspective of what fire is and what it's capable of. It is the same thing with relationships. Your experiences with relationships look like this because that's all you saw. But then someone can come along and be like, hey, that wasn't love. That wasn't honesty. That was not true support. That's not the only way that you can experience people. Let me show you that your experience with me can be different. And of course, the first time around, that may take some time for you to be like, you know what, you might be right. Because again, experience matters. If you've had 100 bad experiences with men, and not even saying men that you've dated, but watching men do other women wrong, going to a corner store and watching men, catcall you and be disrespectful when you don't respond, watching men lie, cheat, and steal. There are so many different serious situations. Depending on where you grew up and what your experience was, you look at men a certain way. If you have 100 of those experiences and then one man walks by and tries to convince you that he's the right one, that's going to be hard to do. Of course, meeting different people and giving them experiences, because it's not about convincing. Because when something is real, you don't have to be convinced. You will experience it and you will see for yourself. That can change your situation. That can change your thought process. And of course, healing has to take place within yourself to learn that, hey, everybody is not bad. Not every man will do you like this. Not every single man on this planet is like that one man. And that just because your dad left you, that doesn't mean, like, there's other people with good dads in the world. It's kind of like when you meet good people, it restores your faith in humanity, because you're kind of just like, you know what? I didn't know somebody like you existed. Look at you. You're a good person. You're a good friend. You tell the truth. You're honest. You're loyal. You're loving. You have a good heart. If you exist, what makes you think somebody else out there is not just like you? The world is not all bad. And I think that the reason we believe that is because that is what we are shown every single day. For instance, a friend and I, we both have a terrible fear of flying. And they say that there is a higher probability of getting into a car accident than getting on a plane and something going wrong with the plane. And the thing about it is, growing up, the things that are on the news are all of the bad things, right? You only see the tragic things. And they're not going to always show you a car crash because it's common. But when something big happens, like a plane crash, and they put that on television for you to see over and over and over again, then your fear is wrapped around the plane crash and not a car crash. Because do you know how many car crashes happen in a day that don't make the news? The only things that make the news are very, very big and tragic things, because they have to keep you entertained. They have to show you something that you're just like, it's this thing about fear, right? What you experience more of will grow in you. So that is why having daddy issues means I am attracting more men that I feel like I have to attach myself to, or I feel like I can't trust, or I feel like is abandoning me with the first sign of, ignoring me or not calling me back or not being open with me, right? It makes you feel like, okay, it's happening again. It's reminding me of that one time that my dad did this, or he left me with this. And, and if that is not the case, sometimes it's hard to break through that because of your experience. But if you got a consistent and strong and patient man in your life, I truly believe that that can change a woman's mind about love and about men. We are not talking about quantity. We know that there's a lot of evil in the world and that there are a lot of bad people, but there are some good quality people. And I'm not just talking about men right now. There are some good people in the world. And all it takes is more good experiences. So my whole thing with trying to grow past this is not putting so much energy towards looking for red flags in people, looking for the negative things in people. I want to start focusing on where is love, where is positivity out there, where is harmony out there, because I've been focused on the bad for so long because that is what my experience has been. And so I think that that's the only thing that's out there, right? But just to try it out, my therapist gave me some prompts so that I can get past the thought that all men are bad, right? And for the next 30 days, I am challenging myself and I am challenging you as well to look at the prompts below and repeat these prompts for 30 days and not focus on the negative things or red flags. Just repeat these prompts, write them down if you have to every day. And we gonna see what's gonna happen, because my therapist told me that this worked, that if I do all these different things that my life will start to change. Because guess what, the problems that we have today are from repetitiveness of negative things. Okay, so I am going to try my hardest to rewire my brain and to welcome in more positivity in my life, because daddy issues cannot take hold of me for the rest of my life. I cannot allow it, honey. I need me a strong man in my life, but I know that if he came right now, I wouldn't even want him. And I know that's crazy, but I wouldn't trust him. Even if he was great, I just wouldn't trust him. I have not gotten to that place yet. So I need to do some healing on my part, and it hasn't been my experience to see a better man yet. And that's because I'm still looking through the lens of the younger me, who looked at her dad as someone who failed her, as someone who left her behind. And I'm ready to switch my lenses, okay? It's all about getting through your trauma, understanding your trauma, and then moving past it, all right? So again, if you want to add on to this conversation, just leave me some comments down below. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notifications.